flute birds waking us up. 5:30 in the morning. I feel something waking me up. Maria telling me to roll over because I'm snoring. Crazy dream mode too. It's crazy.
This beautiful symphony of birds.
But in my dream, the birds were singing too. I wake up. There's symphony of birds, flute birds. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, they were really close earlier, right above us, and it was so cool.
They're close now. Listen to how cool that bird is, man. I can make that sound.
Take the good, you take the bad, you take the rain, and there you have the facts of camping.
Stiff.
You sound old, baby.
Sore and stiff. I'm gonna get us a fire going. It rained, sprinkled, misted.
Oh, yes.
Call it what you will.
A beautiful day, just like my husband predicted.
No, I said it'll get nicer. I did predict it's gonna get nicer, and it will. It's gonna get nicer as soon as I hook into one of them big ass freaking trout.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it'll get nicer for you as soon as you find a big motherload of.
I started off a little rough. So while he was doing his show, Larry Mazza, I went around and looked for mushrooms, and it had rained. Must have rained hard here yesterday because everything was sopping wet. And so I did find a mushroom and put the.
Sopping.
It was sopping. My feet were soaking wet.
This freaking thing. I hit this rock and just totally bent this blade. It's unreal. What's it?
Well, you gotta be careful not to hit rocks. Those are exploding rocks. Anyway, so the mosquitoes were eating me terribly. So I went back into the car and I was trying to get the bug spray without disturbing him because he was doing his live stream. And it was in this black bag that was like way underneath a bunch of stuff. But I knew where it was at. I knew precisely where it was at. Because I packed it. So I stuck my hand in to get it. And I felt something super sharp and I pulled it out and I'm bleeding all over the place. And I realized that he had put his machete on top of the bag. So I sliced my fingers really good. It took like 2 hours for it to stop bleeding. And now I'm sore today. So that was kind of a bummer. And then last night, it just continued to sprinkle and mist and drizzle, and it wasn't the greatest weather. And
we slept good though.
And then it rained overnight. We did sleep good.
It sprinkled.
Thanks to Ambien. It did rain. It sprinkled. I mean, it rained.
Not much.
Yeah. It rained for about a good hour and a half. Because I was waking up every few minutes stressing about it. And then I finally fell asleep once it stopped. And then we woke up at 5:15 in the morning to this beautiful melodic symphony of hermit thrushes and robins and the birds you hear right now, actually.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like to hear the birds in the morning.
At 5:15, though, they started up.
Yeah, I was dreaming, and in my dreams, I could hear birds, and then you woke me up. Something. All right, now it gets tricky because everything's wet, right? Except this. So maybe I cut this up too. This thing would be hard to cut. You need a big rock.
Oh, I didn't bring a big enough first aid kit, to be honest, and that was a bad lesson on my part. See, here's the thing: we have camped dozens of times and spent a whole summer off the grid and never really injured ourselves more than needing the occasional Band-Aid. Thank God, right? So this time, and we have this big like red bag first aid kit with all the stuff in it. So this time around, I'm like, I'm not taking a big red bag. We got a lot of stuff. We're packing extra blankets and everything because it's supposed to be cold. I'm just going to pack a few Band-Aids, some needle and thread for sutures, and a couple gauze pads and some Neosporin, and that'd be fine. So, of course, this time around, We have a major injury.
It's not major. You didn't major. You cut yourself, all right?
I know, but I don't cut myself.
I'm cut all the time.
I know, but that's you.
This thing is,
I don't.
This
And
one
then
here is infected because it won't heal up.
well, and that's the thing is it's on part of my fingers where I'm grabbing things. Anyways,
let me see
why are you all crazy right now?
I'm looking for instant fire, my dude.
Yeah.
Here's how you do that. First, you get this on top of there, because that'll catch quick. Then you get some of these pieces like that aren't that wet. Throw them in there. That's why I left all these over here last night. Kind of dry by the fire. All these will be good.
Well, it rained, so they're still damp.
They're still good, trust me.
Okay.
As soon as the fire goes for a minute, the first wave of...
See, this is also where I went wrong. I learn every time I go camping. The first good thing that is that I didn't forget anything at all. But I meant to buy this hot plate that you can plug into your battery, right? We have a couple batteries. Because the worst thing for me is to wake up in the morning and have to work this hard to get my coffee. I need coffee.
You'll have coffee.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. But I wake up before him always, and so...
Is that your blood?
Probably. And so I like to just make coffee. Well, when it's just hard to... I can make a fire if everything's dry, no problem. But when things are wet, not easy. So...
This is how you dry a fire.
This is how you do it. My fire is dry. I was going to say wet and dry at the same time. So, anyways, we'll come back and...
Wait, I'll stick around for the grand finale now.
Oh.
I'm about to go. Boom. This stuff is gold. However, if I didn't have this, there's birch trees. I just go peel birch bark off a tree, stick it under there, and it basically does the same
I don't
thing.
like the idea of peeling birch. You killed the tree that way.
You find a dead birch tree on the ground.
Oh, okay. Well, you didn't say that.
You find there's dead birch trees right there. I see one. I can look at one right now. A dead birch tree straight back there.
Hmm.
And that's what I would do, but I'm just being lazy with this stuff. This stuff will make it go right up. Like a lazy man's fire.
You got our thermostats rocking. Those things are, if you camp or you do anything outdoors and you got mosquito issues, those things rock.
Good. Better get your damn
Coffee
coffee
game
ready, because that ain't gonna be long.
Thank you, love.
You're welcome. Here I am. First crapper morning crap of the day while camping in my portable pop-up outhouse. Yeah. My wife's like, are you taking a video while you're pooping? The view's pretty nice though. It doesn't even look real. You hear the birds. It was a little damp last night. It sprinkled and rained a little bit. Had a little rough go getting the fire started this morning, but got coffee. And coffee gives me a blowout, so it's not pleasant in here. Just saying. But I mean, who goes camping has a pop-up portable porta potty? I mean, huh? Doing it big. Just saying.
Well, guns.
Burnt my shoes. I was trying to dry my shoes on the edge of the fire. I looked over and
We heard a big pop. Oh my God.
melted them. Probably can't wear them.
Probably. Show.
Burnt my freaking shoes. Now I only have one other pair of shoes with me, and it's these freaking kind of camp clogs.
King sandals.
So
That sucks.
that's what happens. You don't pay attention. I had it on the edge. I looked over and I heard all this crackling and popping. The fire was really low. I was just trying to dry out some more of this wood. Well, it caught, and that was that. So now I'm all fishing. It's my life.
That's how make the best of it.
Nothing's ever perfect, just saying. Burnt my own shoes. Oops. Oh, my first excursion for fishing this stream here is down there. That's about 50 yards, 75 yards. Got out of breath from climbing up this freaking big ass mountain. And I don't know how to get to it. Well, that's the road right there. That's the road at least to our camp, so that's the parallels, but how the frick do I get down there? There's gotta be a way. I don't like sliding down this side of these mountains, it's all wet. You can get hurt pretty easy. Usually the mountain kind of drops back down. I think it does up here. I'm all wet. I'm already soaked. I don't know how to get through here. Yeah, it drops down over there, so I'm gonna have to figure out a route to get down to the river without breaking my flipping neck. Oh man. I had this little orange tape and I left. I should probably go back and get that. I'm not gonna drop it way back. Nope, it's right there. Because that's how I mark where I go in the river. Without that orange tape, it's all the same. I don't know where the frick I am. I get lost real easy. When you get lost in here, you're in big trouble. This stuff. You're in big trouble if you get lost in here. You can't lose the tape. Usually put a piece of tape like that, or a white plastic bag works. I'm soaking wet. Doesn't matter. I'm getting it in. This is the same river I've caught most of my big trout in. So I'm excited to fish. I've never fished this part of the river. I'm probably the first one on the river this year. So it should be exciting. Can't say for sure that they'll be in this part of the river. When I look at this steep hill, go crashing down that. Nope. You just gotta break your way through this stuff. Hope that you don't cut or something or break something. All right, we're good. We're going down this hill now. All right, man, I'm coming back down. I got a nice big trout. Let's hope and pray. In Jesus' name, amen. So I just came up on what is known as the holy grail of trout fishing. It's a beaver pond and a beaver dam, and there's a pond here. And it's a very trouty river. I've caught a lot of big trout here, which means it's more than likely that right in front of those logs and in front of that dam are some big trout. So crashing through the woods, right? Trying to get through this. Haven't any luck on the stream yet. Had one bite, which is weird. The river looks good. I think it's because it rained a bunch. Might have washed a lot of food in the river, and they're just not eating. Now that happens. They just turn off and don't eat. So you're screwed. You got to get one aggressive eater, opposed to sometimes they're all aggressive eating. But look at this giant tree. I thought this was cool. Look how big this freaking tree is. I got to climb under it. It's called a widowmaker. You know, it's a 100,000-pound tree. It's huge, big white pine, I think. But if you crawl, it's balanced on all those branches down there. And I got to crash through there. That thing comes tumbling down. That'll be it. It's like a giant mouse trap if you've ever seen one of those. All right, I'm going to keep looking. I got a ways to go to get out of here. Back.
So Gunner's got his shirt on the fire trying to dry his shirt out. I'm thinking he doesn't have a great track record with
Yeah, just drying it out a little bit.
his shoes.
Yeah, I burnt my shoes. I'm busting my balls.
I am busting your balls.
Yeah.
So he's trying to dry out this wood because it's pretty wet. And then Connie, right on camera, that's disgusting.
I think I just sharted myself.
You did not.
Oh my god, this won't get published. I pushed it so hard.
You better check your pants.
I am checking my pants.
My 8-year-old husband.
Nasty. What happened? Oh, it's a mess in there.
Come on.
It's a mess.
Stop. Are you joking?
Oh.
Come on! Connie, are you serious right now?
Oh, it's so bad.
Come on. That's
Monkey
disgusting.
butted.
That's grounds for divorce. Come on.
It happens. I'm human.
Are you joking? Are you serious?
Oh.
That's burned. You, come on. It's burned. You had
It
me.
looks so
Come on.
real though.
You're a sicko. There's something wrong with you.
Oh, monkey butt.
Oh, come on. Did you really shart?
No, but it's happened. I have had.
I don't want to talk about
One
that.
time I was on my motorcycle, right? I was going a long way, go fishing. My lips are numb from the freaking bug spray.
Remember that time you did that to me?
Yeah.
God, you sprayed my face down because it was really bad.
I'm numb. My lips are numb right now.
Oh, it's the worst feeling in the world.
I was driving my motorcycle, and the thing is, when you're on a motorcycle seat, it's like plugs your butthole. It's like you're stuck. So I got this fart, and it's like cramping my stomach, and I'm just pushing, and uh-oh. I think I got a little action there.
Oh my God.
So I think I sharted myself, which is like, I've only happened a couple times in my life, but I'm just, what am I gonna do? I can't just keep driving, sharted my pants. So I pull off some trail, pull my sweatpants off, pull my underwear off, wipe up good with them, throw them in the woods.
Oh, come on.
So at some point, somebody was driving along and saw some underwear there. I've seen that. Have you ever seen that?
No.
I have found it in the woods at times where you're walking along and you see some underwear. And of course, your first thought is, what the F? Why are there underwear in the woods? People boning? But then you think, oh no, this motherfucker sharted himself. Yeah.
That's how you know, like, you've been married for a while.
Talking about sharts?
Playing pranks on your wife with burned napkins.
I should have kept it going.
I would have made you sleep outside.
Last night,
I made you get in the river.
this is a grody thing. Last night, my feet were in those wet shoes, right?
Oh.
And my socks were just funky. Like funky ass wet feet that had been wet for freaking hours and hours. So rather than go in the tent with disgusting, dirty, funky feet, I go out here and kick around my feet in the weeds and like kind of clean my feet off real good. Then I wipe them down with wipes.
I have soap. Oh, I was gonna say.
I use wipes, but I had to get all the sand and crap off. But anyways, they're perfectly clean. I went to bed with clean feet. And that was for you, honey, because if this is me, I would climb in there. Like, I don't give a flip.
Thank you.
Yeah, I did let one.
Let me take you to Funky Feet.
Yeah, I did fart one time. That was sickening.
Oh, and then I took out my lavender bedtime spray. This is the difference between us.
The thing is, I had a piece of pizza earlier in the day, and the thing is, I'm lactose intolerant and I'm wheat allergic. So when I eat a piece of pizza, expect a couple of nice stankin' ass whoppers to come out.
You're not helping any of this situation here.
Dry. Anyways, you got, haha. See this big mark right there?
You shot yourself there too?
No, it's where I fell down. And by the way, this is the inside of the shirt. The outside is all smashed and wasted.
So explain how you fell.
Well, it's like, okay, you see this here? Imagine that underwater, and you're up to here in water, and you're trying to crash through it.
Oh.
And as you get 1 foot up and clear, and then you go to move this foot, and you start taking yourself, and bang, your foot gets caught on one of these things. So the way what happens is you have to go down. Either you're going face first for a swim,
or you
just go and you just drop to your knees. So you just boom, drop to your knees, and so now you're in the water like this deep. You can't let it happen where it's deep. You just can't. If it happens where it's deeper, you're going for a dunk.
Yeah, and you got your waders on, so that could be dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be fine. Freaking, if the waders filled with water and I couldn't move, I just pop them off. But you don't.
You know what? You need to put your phone in a duck case. Your duck case. I brought it.
I ain't happening. My waders have it's pretty much waterproof. I'll be out of the water before that water gets in. I'm in and out. If I hit the water, I'm out in 2 seconds.
Okay.
But I'm smart enough to just never let that happen in deep water. And I stick to water. I know if I stick to the depth of water, even though oftentimes it's harder because of the brambles and brush, because of that, even though it's so much harder to crash through that along the river for miles, if you go into deeper water where it's clear and you have a mishap, you go down, you're going for a dunk, and then you'll be all wet, everything's screwed, and it's no fun. So I'll stick to the harder stuff. But when you fall, I fell 3 times today, and then the 3rd time I did a straight up swan dive, rod out of my hand, and just freaking rolled into it, like landed on my shoulder and boom, rolled, because I didn't want to smash my phone, which is in my thing in my waders. And I just boom, popped right out. I heard crunch, but it wasn't like my body crunch.
Something crunch.
Yeah, something crunch. And I thought the first thing I said was my phone, but then the way I fell, it shouldn't have been protected. But I had this worm container on the side, it's plastic, and I must have just crunched it, but it popped right back in place, so it didn't ruin it or nothing.
I love the stuffing out of you. Yeah. You know that?
Why? Because I like fishing and
Just because you're awesome.
Why?
Because you are. I love that you're so outdoorsy.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. You took care of me with the fire.
I love that you love that I'm outdoorsy. I love that you are.
I am. I like outdoorsy when it's a little warmer and drier, but I do. This is beautiful, and I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a little warmer and drier, but I'm perfectly fine. It's like, but I'm moving all the time. I'm not cold one bit. My feet are a little damp, but
yeah, I think that's the hardest part. Is
it does suck.
Yeah.
Maybe put bags on your feet.
Wonder Bread, like the 80s.
Your mom used to do it. We've all done it.
Moon boots.
We've all done it. Who hasn't done that? I've done it.
Yeah.
My mom and dad put plastic bags on my feet when I went out to play in the snow.
Yep.
Oh, Wonder Bread bags. So I'm about to. I just ate lunch, leftover brat, and slash hot dog thing, and ate some corn. That was good. I'm geared up, and I'm gonna go to another spot. The spot I'm going to is the one spot that I've caught the most biggest trout of my life. I caught like 9 of my biggest, like 14 fish in this spot where I'm going. But I know somebody got hip to it a couple of years ago, and then like I haven't caught any big ones since. And not that many even little ones. But I'm gonna go there. We'll see. A year can make a big difference. So right now it's drying out. Everything's drying out. It's not cold.
I was just thinking I'm cold. I wish I had my gloves.
It's not cold. It's not that cold.
It's not warm.
Oh, this is the one I'm wearing. Look at what I'm wearing.
Yeah, well, that's you.
I mean, I'm not that cold.
It's chilly.
Yeah.
Maybe 52 degrees.
Well, we always got this. If you want to take your own life.
I'm not cold.
Why? My wife is a BB gun snob.
I am.
BB gun snob. She has to buy one that is like a replica one.
Do you know why? Take a guess as to why.
Because it looks real. I know you're scaring people. I get it. Exactly. But it's like it has the same weight, feel, and everything as a Colt 45. This thing. Her last one was a Glock, right? Mm-hmm. It was exactly the same as a Glock 9. Same thing. I got this cheap Daisy one I dunked in the water about 30 times, and it sits on my hip. But it works the best. It's got the most juice.
Well, I don't care. I really just want mine.
Yeah, hers is for intimidation purposes. Make sure it's shooting. Yeah, it's still going. I mean, you pop somebody in the face with this, that thing looks so real.
I know, that's why I got it.
It feels real.
I know. It's heavy.
So when she's walking along, and some freaking meth head or somebody or some crazy, right. It has to be looking. There's a woman all by herself.
Put my hand on my Colt.
She's like,
back up, yo.
Yeah, in my book, there's the main character's wife has always got a pistol on her. She's a city girl. She's not a country girl, but she moves out into the country to wait for her husband to get home from prison for something.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, right? But this girl is, and so he convinces her to kind of start preparing for a war or something bad to happen. Because he's reading the tea leaves in prison. He's always reading and looking at the news. And he's like, this ain't good, this ain't good. So he insists that she goes way up north, far, far away from like civilization, and starts a little homestead. And so she takes their daughter, and they go up there, and then now he's, when his shit hits the fan, that's where he's trying to get. But the poor girl, she doesn't know anything about being out in the woods or anything. She's just learning as she goes. A couple nice neighbors, that's it. But people end up robbing her, and that's part of the game. And if there's an apocalypse, I'm just saying. Well,
here we are walking up and down the road looking for morels instead of fishing. Why, Guns?
Blew out my knee ankle.
Your knee ankle?
My knee and ankle.
Yeah, so we had gotten to this part of the river where he likes to fish. He's fished before, and then we kiss each other. We say we love you, goodbye, part ways. I start walking.
This is the interesting part of this is I've told her about so many close calls that I've had in the thousands where I almost fall, I catch myself, or I go down and drop to my knees. I've taken swan dives into the ground too, but I don't fall very often. I usually catch myself. And I'm usually good. I'd say if I had all the saves I ever did on video, it'd be like a 45-minute highlight reel. Just like, holy crap, he didn't go down. I'm balancing on a log in the middle of a river, 5 feet up. One wrong move, whoosh, you're in. Or it's crazy. Anyways, never fall, never hurt myself. Of course, I say this all the time. A day will come when I injure myself doing what I'm doing because it's so gladiatorial, and then I won't be able to do it, And today I injured myself in that fashion, which is sad, but I don't think it's permanent.
But what was crazy was I had just walked away 10 feet, and he's going down the bank. All of a sudden I hear crash, 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 and I say, Gunny, and I run over, and he's laying on the ground, like right in front of me. Oh, Guns, that's gonna be a bruise.
But anyways, it's no big deal. But I smashed my knee so bad and sprained my ankle. I rolled my ankle, but I somehow caught myself. My natural inclination was to land on my. So I stepped on this big, huge tree, a big, rotten old tree.
Which
that's
is
like
rule number 1, you don't do.
50 feet long. I walk up and I test it. It
Yeah,
seems
well,
solid.
they still
Stepped on it, it rolled, and I rather than fall on my ass, I try to catch myself like I do all the time, and smash my ankle down and bang my knee on something, a rock or something. And I felt instantaneous like jolt of that bad injury. But I also felt an instantaneous relief because I knew it wasn't horrible. Right. And it could have been catastrophic.
But me, all of a sudden I look over and he's on the ground,
She'd
not
never
moving.
seen that. She'd never seen me fall.
Never.
You see me close
horrible.
call. But it's in a lot of pain, instant pain. Blew my freaking.
And I kept saying, Cuddy, are you okay? Or you weren't answering. And I was
going,
3 seconds from running down that hill to figure out, see if you're okay. It was horrible.
Yeah, well, it happens. But so now, if I go like this and bend down, very bad pain, very bad, and my knee ligament, can't even do it. So I can't fish like that because when I'm climbing through the jungle, I often fall and catch myself, whatever. So my left leg was taking up all the heat, and it started burning and exhausting. And this leg, and then I almost fell one time, caught myself, my knee was blowing out.
And he's talking to me on the walkie-talkie. I was, half a mile up the road, and he's like, I can't do it. I gotta go. I can't
do it. I mean, this leg burned out, and this leg I can't use. And when you're crashing through the freaking jungle, it just can't.
So we're gonna take the evening, look for shrooms, and chill out by the fire, make a nice dinner. I got some steaks, and
hopefully it's one of those things where tomorrow it'll still be sore, but I'll be able to function. I'll be able to use it.
And this is why we pack extra food in case. In my mind, I'm like, oh man, he's such a good trout fisherman. We'll for sure have some fish. But you just never know, right? So
yeah, I'm gonna go try it on another. I should be able to get a couple trout, but I just haven't been catching them.
Honey, you just gotta take it easy today, right? Take it easy today.
I will.
We'll find some shrooms and make a nice dinner out of that.
I'm down. That sounds good.
All right, that's my husband.
There you go. Yeah, it was up here. Big ass snake. Let's get him. He's sunbathing. Garter snake, I guess. Let's see what he does. He's out in the sun sunbathing. There he goes. I'm not entirely sure that's a garter snake. He's coiling up like a freaking python. Find me some mushrooms, fool.
I don't know if you would have told me as a 12-year-old girl
You marry me.
that I would have fallen in love with a savage. I'm not sure I would have believed you. But here I am.
I am making the perfect s'more. So what you want to do is put it up here and let it heat up. Let the chocolate get a little melty. Make sure your hands are real clean.
Ooh, look at, how about your mouth? Ooh, ugh.
What?
Your hands. Honey.
That's just ash from picking up the fire. By
Don't
the way,
be an asshole.
key in on that fire. How awesome it is.
I don't know about that.
It's quite a shingle stack pile we got there. We got some good wood there. So that fire, I got it going, and it'll go for the next 5 hours if I just leave it there. But I'll feed it and whatever. So here, I use it on.
Why is our teapot, coffee water pot on the ground like that?
Because that's where we left it earlier. So you gotta go for the perfect. Yeah, two. You got to double do. By the way, I blew my knee out, so probably seen a video by now. I did, but I blew my knee out. So normally I'd be fishing right now, but absolutely exhausted, legs hurting, knee hurting, ankle hurting, everything. I'm like, I got to take it easy, and so I can.
I mean, I'm not happy or hurt at all, but I am happy that I got you. Some. There's no cell phone service at all, not even like a half a bar. So we are completely off the grid, and I've got my husband to myself.
That's all us. I enjoy that.
It's nice to have some
one-on-one time.
Well, not just one-on-one time, but how rare is it that a couple has complete undivided attention for hours or days on end?
Yeah. Well,
in this day and age, right? It's like you're always distracted by kids or phone or email or work or whatever, calls, texts. But I got you all to myself.
Well, I'm cool with it. I mean, besides my knee and stuff hurting, I'm good. I love this. I can sit by this fire all day and be happy.
I'll baby you.
I know you do. Don't spoil me. I really don't need to be spoiled. My knees hurt, but I'm not crippled.
I'm not saying that, but it's nice to be taken care of. You got a little
ash.
Yeah.
Nah.
Blackening.
That's part of the perfect exoskeleton, as I always say. Exo, because I can't get it right. exoskeleton. And there we go. Right. So now, my knee. Got a nice little browning char on there on the two schmellos. And get them on there like this. Get that cracker and make yourself the perfect s'more. Now you just extract the stick.
Ooh.
I mean,
I'm not a huge fan of s'mores. I'm really like.
That's a bad boy right there.
I'm not really a fan.
Chocolate's still melting.
It's just too sweet, and I don't like graham crackers. Marshmallows are okay if you toast one or two over the fire, but I don't like milk chocolate.
Tell them the story behind graham crackers. It's an interesting one.
Wasn't that invented in Grand Rapids by the Kellogg Company in order to dissuade libido or something like that?
Some almost Catholic type of dude created a
Graham. His name was Graham.
Yeah, Graham. He created a cracker
I don't know where
that he
that
believed would curtail testosterone, and if everybody ate it, everybody would act normal, and there wouldn't be perverts, and there wouldn't be get off my face.
I'm not.
So this guy really believed by making these graham crackers that if everybody ate them, like he could fix all the problems of society. I don't think they had sugar in them though at the time. They were just really plain and nasty.
Well, I mean, who would eat them voluntarily?
Right, and so people are like, we're not eating that. Plus, a lot of people are like, I like my sex drive. I like my libido. You know what I'm saying? I like having sex. He was trying to make everyone stop and have sex.
I think that's where I thought about Grand Rapids or Kellogg's because there's that movie with Matthew Broderick, which also was a book. What was that called? The Road to Wellville, where it was like a wellness center back, 1800s or early turn of the century. And they thought that sex was harmful or that libido was not good for your immune system. And so they would do all these cold showers and baths and chastity belts, all these weird things to like keep people from
having sex.
Yeah, and it obviously failed miserably.
But the graham cracker stuck around because I think somebody said that wouldn't be so bad if I put a little sugar in there and sweeten it up. And then
I don't like it. I don't like golden grams. I don't like graham crackers. It's just the texture. I don't like that gritty texture. It's just not for me. I don't know.
You don't like crackers?
I like saltine crackers.
Same texture, similar.
I like nut thins. No, there's the grittiness to the graham crackers I don't like.
I like these nuts. All right.
Similar. All right, so what's up next, Guns?
We're going to go look for some mushrooms.
How comfortable are we leaving this?
Pretty comfortable, yeah.
Really? Because I don't want our tent, which is right there. Big old ash.
It's not going to burn down, trust me. It's just going to fizzle on down and
fizzle on down, bro.
Fizzle on down.
I got to say something.
All right, just say it.
My husband, bless his heart, who prayed for the sun to come out and have nice weather. Look what we got.
I kept telling her, relax. Even though the weather predicted cloud and cold, I said, God always blesses us. Didn't I say that? God always blesses. God always blesses us.
I mean,
I don't even worry about it. At some point, something's
it's still going to be a low of like 37 tonight.
We snuggle in there, fine. I'm just saying, we're warm right now. The sun is out. It's comfortable. I knew that was I knew this would happen. Tomorrow will be like this too.
Okay.
God is always rewardful. He rewards the faithful.
This is true. What does he say about those that have
I got it on
schmegma
on my face?
That's so gross.
Where's that?
On the crack of my ass.
I was recording, honey. I'm just saying.
You gotta give me warning when you do that.
We are heading out to mushroom hunt. My leg and ankles doesn't really hurt when I walk, only when I bend down and go to get up. Really bad, really sharp pain.
Yeah, tell me what you just did to me.
But this hill, this is actually a hill right here. It looks like it's flat, but it's like if I look straight, it's a hill. Anyways, pretty steep one too. The two things, we're looking for mushrooms. Also, we're just out enjoying.
Yeah.
Can you hear those birds, that symphony of birds? Hear them? Those are flute birds.
Hermit thrushes.
Or also known as hermit thrushes. They're very unremarkable birds. If you've seen one, you wouldn't even think it was anything. It's like a brown bird. They stay on the ground most of the time, but yeah, well, they actually feed on the ground, but then they go up in the trees. They're like sing-songy like they are. And it has such a beautiful melodic song. There's this big hill. What was that?
Our fire popped.
Oh, it sounded like it came from back over there. I just ate a bunch of s'mores. So we're gonna go look for shrooms, but you know, even though I can't fish right now because it's crazy as it sounds, doing that, the type of fishing I'm doing, I can't do it with an injury like this. It's too painful. And I mean, what happens is I rely on my other leg so much more. And then at some point I'll make a mistake and I'll trip or fall or break something there, pull something. And it's exhausting. If you put double the effort on your one leg, it's just, you can't do it.
So I told Gunnar, I said, no, go ahead and get her fishing this trip. Tomorrow we're gonna go out.
We'll see how I feel. I'm smart enough to know that if I feel like that, I just can't do it. It's impossible to start when you just crash.
Fish off of bridges and
Yeah, I can cherry pick easy spots, you know, access points. But I mean, if you try to go break and brush through the beaver swamps and stuff with this injury, it won't happen. You can't do it. It's impossible. It's no big deal. I'll just enjoy this.
it's beautiful.
I love this. You know, not as much as catching a big brookie, but I'll get some brookies. I ain't even worried about it. I always do.
If you don't, that's okay. It's not like this is our last moving trip.
Yeah, no, I'll get some though. I don't even worry. But if I don't, who cares? It's just about being out here with you and God. It's so beautiful.
I know it is. It's peaceful.
Hearing those flupers. I just ate an edible. Hey, when in Rome. And so half an hour from now, I'm like, wow, this is awesome. And half an hour after that, I'm like, I need to go eat. And I just ate big ass chicken sandwich and 3 s'mores. Look at that. That looks like there should be morels growing out of that hill right there.
There should be
I mean, come on. Anyways, that's what we're doing. So this road is sketchy. It doesn't look so bad, but it's rocky as hell, big boulders. Yeah, we're gonna find some shrooms. Yeah, I mean, it's Memorial Day weekend, and we're still not hearing anyone. We're not seeing anyone. It's not seeing anyone else. There's 2 guys who came fishing earlier. They circled around, came out over here, but I don't know if they caught any or not. They might have. They fished the river, part of the river I was going to fish, so I went upstream, and then I fished way upstream.
That's it. We saw 2 side by sides of walking about today, or 3 of them.
Yeah, I mean, this is like the busiest weekend of the year.
Right. I'd say 4th of July.
Yeah, or Labor Day. I think Memorial Day might be the worst.
Labor Day, but again, a lot of kids are in school, so people don't tend to take as much time off.
Hey, Memorial Day, everybody's been waiting all winter to get the frick up here.
Right, but on the other hand, too, look at gas prices. There might be a lot of people.
People don't give a flip about that. I mean, they're mad about it, but people who come up here, have cabins and vacation here, you know, an extra $200 ain't gonna hurt them. I mean, the whole trip extra between food and gas is going to cost them $400 more than normal. But they're the type of people that, you know, $400 is not going to make or break their vacation. They're going to go whether they're going to go. Because a lot of people have money. They come up here, they have $20,000 side-by-sides, cottages and cabins, and they rent Airbnbs. They drive up in the brand new $70,000 truck pulling 2 side-by-sides. And these people, they got money. They're workers, you know. Most of them are like factory workers, business owners, but a lot of factory workers from the Detroit area, Metro Detroit. People makes 90 grand a year, but you know, the wife works too. She makes 60 grand, and between the 2 of them, household income of 150 for 2 kids. They got a $400,000 house, a couple new cars, and they live comfortably. So they come up here and enjoy. But there's not, even where we're at, there's not that many of them. I mean, very few. She saw 2 side-by-sides. I heard them. And I saw 2 guys fishing, and that's it. You go to other areas of the state, and there'll be people all over, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The campground where we almost stayed at, I'm sure already loaded.
Stop in there next tomorrow and see how busy it is.
I'm sure there's 8 or 10 people in there. And they're jamming in there, and people are playing music and running generators and talking to each other, being real social. I'm like, I'm anti-social. That's the funny thing is I'm actually super social. I love talking to people, meeting people. But when I'm out here in the woods, I just want to... Yeah, I'm out here in the woods. I just want to enjoy the woods. There's a bunch of fiddleheads.
See?
Those are usually indicative of morels. Well, let's find some friggin' morels. That's all I'm saying. So this gigantic tree here, I want to walk up by it. To give you
Can I wipe the marshmallow off your mouth?
This tree is a virgin tree. You don't see these very often in Michigan. This tree has probably been here for 300 years, 350 years.
It's hard to see.
But I want to walk up close to it because
we're trying to figure out what it is, but we don't see.
I think it's a maple. It's just some strain of really hardy maple.
It doesn't have any leaves on it, so it's like partly.
Yeah, but it's got popple under it right here, so I don't know.
No,
could be popple, but
when you look way up there at the bark, it looks. Look at these branches.
It looks popple or maple, so hard to tell when a tree's 400 years old.
Yeah.
I want to see. Look how big this tree is.
Be careful.
Oh my goodness. This might be the first virgin tree I've ever seen in my life. Just so you know, this is the first virgin tree I've ever seen. And
well, I gotta take it to heart with pines.
I know they're there, but I've never been there.
Oh, it's beautiful.
See if you can. I want you to see how big this tree is. If you can zoom in on it, like step over here a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting it. That's a
That's
huge
how big this freaking tree is.
ass tree.
I mean, this freaking tree is, I bet you it's 400 years old. Huge. Monster. Like, put your arms on it. Like,
You can't.
it would take 4 or 5 people to connect to go around.
If I had internet, I could use my app to see what kind of tree it is. I can identify it.
That's a big ass tree.
No
I think
sense.
it's the only virgin tree I've ever seen in my life, meaning it's never been logged. All this has been logged 2, 3, 4 times.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, they left that tree. I'll tell you why they left that tree. You want to know why they left that tree?
Why?
Because it's not straight. You can't use it for lumber. They only kept the ones down that are straight that they can use for boards and lumber.
I mean, that part over there looks fairly straight.
Not straight enough. I don't know. I mean, there's certainly tons of lumber right there.
Yeah.
That's like a $5,000 tree. They cut it down.
I mean, it's so high up you can't see. But look, if you look all the way at the top, look how light the bark is.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like maple to me, but it could be popple. I don't know. It's some kind of freak, that's for sure.
They do have silver maples. I think the bark is lighter. It could be silver maple.
Yeah, well, that's what we had in my backyard. But either way, big ass tree. I just need to find some freaking mush.
I know, we're having no luck here, but it's not really the right ecosystem for shrooms. But you never know.
Just wanted to stop and show you this. Walking along this old middle of nowhere back road and nothing, right? And we come across this natural, I don't know what it is, but it looks to me like it's some kind of shelter for something. Could this be a Sasquatch shelter? Something looks like definitely something went up in there, curled up and went to sleep. Right in there. Like they either made this or found it like this, and then something was just like, I'll go right there and go to sleep. Could be a bear. Could have been a bear. My wife thinks a lost human. Nah, it wasn't a lost human because we're on the trail, but I think it could be a bear or a Sasquatch. Curls up in there, goes to sleep for a few hours. Something laid down in there. I don't know if it's natural or something made it. My guess is something made it. It's too symmetrical and too put together. It's a shelter of some kind. And we are in the middle of freaking nowhere, so I'm just saying.